that you felt, that you always wanted to be close to me and touch me. But I do remember knowing and wondering why it was that you didn't come to me when you needed me, right? Because I remember being in Tompkins Park, Ron King Park right now, and she's out there playing, running. She fell, cracked her tooth. I saw the panic in her eyes, and I'm thinking she's gonna come run to me. She runs right past me. I have to run her down to get her. So I'm like, okay, why? There was no one else in the park to run to. She wasn't there. So that right there was like, what am I doing that she didn't run to me? Anyway, do you have any feeling about that?
No, I remember that. And actually what I was going to do was go run to Gigi. I was running home to go to Gigi.
Because he wasn't in the park, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to run and go to Gigi. Because around that time, like that age that you're talking about, you were in and out. Like you were in and out, and I just felt like I couldn't really, although we were there together, but I couldn't count on you because I was being let down a lot. So my safe haven was Gigi. So my intention was to run home to where I knew Gigi was so that I could show him what happened to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were what age? What about approximately what age at that time?
About, I think maybe, I was in elementary school still when I cracked my teeth. Yeah.
9. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think about where I stood at that age because I don't remember. Yeah, I remember at that time because somewhere along there, instead of not just drinking was happening and partying was happening, I don't think I was heavy in the throes of what was to come yet. But I definitely was not present and definitely didn't have the consciousness that would be necessary for you to feel any sense of safety, mothering. Yeah, I just didn't have it, didn't know. That's just where I was at the time. Yeah, a lot of partying, hanging out, just totally in my mind, just la la la. Not grounded at all. I know it was a mother. Didn't know how to do it. Scared. Doing it scared. Doing it without direction because I was always looking for some older woman to give me direction, but that wasn't there. So I thank God for my dad being there because I don't know what would have happened if he weren't there for you and me as I grew. Yeah, so yeah, I remember that. So that looks like what? Maybe I was in if you're 9, I probably was around 26 or something. Definitely wasn't 30 yet. If you're 9 and I had you at 17, we add that up. It's about 26 at the time. About 26, yeah. I hadn't gotten, I think I was about 26 at that time. If you're around 9 or 10, I'm 17 years older than you, right? So I just add that to wherever. So I had to been about 26 at the time. In my mind, in my body, in my spirit. At 26, I was just very afraid. I was just afraid of life. Afraid of not knowing. I didn't have a plan, you know. I just was following the rhythm of what I thought was supposed to be done. Yeah, you're supposed to go to work because that's what I saw my dad do, working all the time. And try to do the best I can to take care of you. I do also remember that because there was such a disconnect with me and my mom and the family, I didn't want you to have that disconnect. So although your father and I weren't together, I wanted you to know that side of the family. That was very important to me, that you didn't have that disconnection. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I grew up with them the way I did. We were very close growing up.
Yeah. So, I think that was a good thing.
No, that was really a good thing because then I had that sense of family because on our side, it was just us to the most part. There was other family members and we went other places, but it wasn't a close connection. If I wanted to go play or anything like that, I went around the corner to go to my dad's family.
Yeah.
And I played with them. You were even intertwined really heavy with
Very
them,
much.
with
Yeah.
the family. It was really a good thing to have that. But you said that at 9 you weren't into the heavy stuff yet. Are you sure?
It didn't get, no, that was the beginning.
Okay.
That was the beginning.
I remember
It wasn't,
the change, the quick flip that happened.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a quick snap and flip, like something, it just changed. The mom
Yeah.
that I knew, you were still my mom,
But
you were
my
just
focus,
different.
my spirit got pulled into the whole crack epidemic.
Yeah.
It did.
Okay.
And that monster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it again, like I said, I was running from my own pain. I had gone through a lot, even before becoming a mom. And so I still had that trauma, and I was walking around with that, and I could never have a conversation with anyone about it. So I was constantly running. I was running. I remember running away when I was 13 years old after certain things happened. And I would wind up in places with people that were using me. But I was just running from my pain. I didn't think I could talk to my dad about it because he was so strict. And I felt like he blamed me. So I remember when I ran away and people told him they would see me because I was still going to school. I always loved school. So I went to school, but he could never catch me while I was in school. But then someone told him he saw me going into a house somewhere. And so he just stood out there and waited. When he saw me, he said, "Kathy," because Dad called him Kathy, "come here." And I just ran to him. I still didn't tell him what happened. I just went back home and continued to go through the rhythm of life. Yeah, so yeah, around that time, smoking, the crack epidemic, it took a hold of me. That's what addiction does. It only got worse. It only got worse. I remember sometimes I would be with the folks that we're smoking with, and you knew where I was.
Yep.
And when it was payday, you would come because
to get out of your face money.
Yes,
That's
to get
what I called it.
Yes, to get money, and I would give it to you because I wanted you to just go ahead so I could just continue on smoking the crack. There were so many things that I did that you think you get triggers that comes up with me. And I said, "God, please forgive me and thank you for keeping her while I was in the throes of the addiction." Because
Yeah. I remember one time in particular where Gigi couldn't take me to the doctor and I wasn't feeling well because I used to get tonsillitis every year. And he told me to hold the money, not give it to you when I got to the clinic, to give it to the people behind the register. The people at the counter, give it to them, but don't give it to you. But I was sick and I wasn't feeling good, and I'm like, I might drop it, and you coerced me into giving it to you, telling me that, don't worry about it, you just don't want me to drop it. And I was like, okay, this is my mom, so I gave it to you, and you propped me up against a pole and just left me. And I wasn't feeling good. And then the school crossing guard that was there, she was just like, "Baby, are you okay?" And I was like, "No." But I didn't want her to go get Gigi because I know that he was going to be mad at me for not listening and doing as he said. And then I was mad. I wanted to feel better. I really wasn't feeling good. So she just said, "Sit here." I sat down and she sent somebody to go get him, and he came running and he got me. And then when we went back to the laundry, and then he got somebody to come in, and then he took me to the doctor, and I got what I needed, like antibiotics and stuff. But I remember when you came in that night, it was hell to pay. He leaving, and I really didn't understand what was happening, and I didn't know why. I just know that the person that I held to the highest standards abandoned me when I wasn't feeling good, and just said, "I'll see you later." I didn't understand that you were drugging or what was happening at that time. I just knew that my mom left me when I wasn't feeling good. I sympathize a lot with other children now, and I've always sympathized with children because growing up, I would take the troubled children in the neighborhood whose parents weren't around and just love them, do their hair, take them to the corner store and stuff like that, talk to them. We read books together on the steps. And it was like I was their teacher, but I was young myself. I was like 8, 9, 10, taking care of all these other kids on the block. And I'm like, I never understood really what that was. But I guess that's what kind of saved me. Because I had to stand up. Although I couldn't stand up for myself, I could stand up for other kids and make them feel comfortable.
I just want to go back to that moment, because what has happened with me and the addiction, a lot of that stuff is not in my memory. A lot of stuff is just not in my memory anymore. So I don't really remember it. So I apologize for that. And I love you, and I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm really sorry that I did that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I've done a lot of things. No, I have. Some of the stuff I don't remember. So I don't remember that at all. I don't know if that was the time when Dad stood over me with his fists like that and he wanted to just knock my lights out. And I don't know if that was, I remember him getting so frustrated with me in my addiction, but he never gave up on me. He never put me out. So I'm so sorry.
I forgive you.
I know. Still.
Forgiving the beginning to be able to move on, but it is a part of my story. And the reason why certain things I do talk about to other people is I just want to be able to help others know that it's okay. It's okay to have those feelings and knowing that they house those feelings, but they need to get it out in order to be able to move on. And for me, it's more or less not being a prisoner to all these different things that happen along the way. And then also seeing how different things that happened to me in my childhood affected me in such a way that although I said I wouldn't affect my children in ways, that trauma was still there. And although I didn't want to do it that way, I may have done it another way.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
But again, it could have just been a situation where it wasn't a situation like that. It could have been something else.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's just one thing. And we'll talk about many. We'll talk about many more.
There are many things that I remember, because what I find about my healing is that the higher sources, ancestors, don't allow it to be revealed to me until I'm able to handle it. So that's what happens. So some of these things I may not have remembered because it was just too painful that I had done such a thing. So it just said close off, and that's just how trauma is.
Yeah.
So with that one incident, I again apologize. Just don't even remember. It's just not there. Thank God my brain still works. Halfway decency, and I have the level of intelligence that I still have. Could have been a lot more damage considering where that era took me. And that too, I'm grateful for having to come through on the other side of it. Because for me, what happened is in coming into recovery, and I remember when I came into recovery, and you used to go with me, during my recovery because you just didn't believe it, because I had said I was going to do it so many times and it just didn't happen.
Yes,
you
you
know.
have been going to these places.
Yes.
I've come and, okay, I got my mom back, and then off to the races she goes again.
Yes. So, yeah.
Thank you for joining me in the Healing Seat, a space for truth, healing, and transformation. Remember to honor yourself, protect your peace, and pour back into your spirit. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and keep healing.